So, Nathan, here we are again. This weekend, I actually watched Interstellar. I just huge fan of Christopher Nolan movies. How about you?
Then you have my permission to die.
Hey, guys. Welcome to the Twerk Ethics Show. I'm JT.
I'm Justin Bieber.
I don't think so.
No, I'm not Justin Bieber. I am Cooley.
Cooley.
Yes.
And if you're enjoying us on YouTube, please do subscribe.
Yes. Hit the like button, hit the notifications bell.
Absolutely.
You YouTubers don't know what I'm talking
They're
about.
smart people.
Yeah. So hit that because we're going to post more than once a week.
Yep.
2-3 times maybe.
Yeah. Next week, maybe 147.
Wow, that's a lot.
You still want to do this?
I do.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
Enjoy.
Enjoy the episode.
For those of you not watching, Nathan has a Bane mask on from Batman, The Dark Knight. Is it Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises?
It rises. The fire rises.
And by the way, it's not an actual Bane mask. It's a Bane COVID mask, which makes it even better.
Yes. You think darkness is your ally, but you merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
Sometimes I can't handle you.
Just do the whole episode like this.
I wouldn't be able to function. But you know what? You're a big guy.
For you.
I only said you're a big guy so you could quote it for you.
Yes, thank you. You served that up really well.
Yeah. Anyway. So, you have any more quotes that come out of that mask right now?
The bomb is armed. The bomb is mobile. The identity of the trigger man is a mystery.
That's
All
great.
right, that's all I got right now.
Hey, welcome, Cooley.
Hey, how are you?
I don't know if you knew this, but a little bit earlier, Bane was here.
Bane from The Dark Knight?
The Dark Knight.
Huh.
And
What was he saying?
you know how people dress up and they kind of look like the guy?
Yeah.
This was spot on.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know if it actually was Bane or if it was someone dressed as him.
Yeah.
But if they were dressed as him, literally exactly like it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry I missed that.
Yeah.
I was a little late.
it was pretty awesome.
I was in the old bathroom.
Oh, okay.
While Bane was here. Yeah.
So what's up? Do you know it's funny? I had coffee this morning, but I feel like I kind of need it again. And sometimes, like, we usually have coffee before we start,
Yeah.
but we didn't do it today.
Nope.
And it reminded me, I'm not sure if you know this story. So I had a lot of coffee this morning, which for most people is totally fine. Usually for me, it's totally fine, but I feel like I need a little bit more. But we've already hit record, and I don't see how I'm going to get coffee right now.
Ain't no stopping this train.
Yeah. So sorry that I kind of ruined our tradition of
Not even coffee.
having coffee beforehand.
It's fine.
Okay. Is it fine, or are you really upset at me?
No.
Wait.
You know why?
Why?
Because this is a monumental episode.
Are you saying that this is all the energy you need?
I mean,
No.
no.
I love how you paused. I mean, and the pause told me that
I
you were-
mean,
yeah.
no.
Anyway, continue. Monumental episode.
Because this is episode number
10.
10, baby.
Yes.
Made it to 10.
So for those of you
Haven't gotten
listening,
canceled yet.
for those of you listening, you
God.
didn't hear this story. This was on one of our YouTube clips, but I wanted to tell the story of the iPhone X.
Yes,
So my dad,
absolutely.
a while back, got a new iPhone, and before he got that, you have to understand it was a big, big deal for him to actually tell me he got a smartphone.
Oh, yeah.
I think he had an Android before, but it was like bottom of the barrel Android, not something good like what me and you have.
Right, yeah.
But anyway, he got an iPhone, and I was like, okay, this is going to be interesting. So me and Sarah Carter, we went down to South Georgia, and when we got there, he had to tell me again and show me. There had to be the presentation.
Oh, yeah,
So he
for sure.
Sat down. He said, "Hey, son, that right there," and he slides it across the table. That right there, son, that's the iPhone X. I said, "Well, yeah, it's the iPhone 10." He said, "No, no, son, that phone right there, that's the iPhone X." And I just was like, "Dad, it's Roman numerals,
Right.
Super Bowl. It's the iPhone 10."
Auto clicking then.
And he goes, "Well, I guess they got me." So
Nice.
Anyway, that reminded me. This is episode 10,
Episode X.
Roman numeral X.
Yes.
That right there, son, is Twerk Ethic episode.
We made it all the way to 10. Can you believe it?
I'm done.
Yeah.
This is all we wanted. We're
Yep.
going to do 10 episodes. So
Yeah. We're not even going to do the 10th episode. We're just going to say that we're doing the 10th episode and we're done.
yeah. So if you're hearing this,
you guys.
something went wrong and there has been an error. There was never supposed to be an episode 10.
Glitch in the Matrix.
Glitch in the Matrix. But anyway, it reminded me, the coffee reminded me.
I know Kung Fu. Sorry, it's Matrix. Oh, Keanu.
It reminded me that there was a time in which I took a break from coffee.
Oh, boy.
Can you imagine this?
No. I don't know if I would want to be around you if you didn't have coffee for...
I definitely did not want to be around myself. So what happened, I was going through like a really tough season at work. This is maybe 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Just like really, really stressful.
Yeah.
And like every day I was in some sort of meeting. Like I have a lot of conflict in my job in general,
Sure.
but it was like over the top. And it was like every day there was all this confrontation and all these meetings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to figure out how I could feel better because I was so restless that I didn't know what to do. So I was like, you know what? Maybe that confrontation and the fight or flight mode going on all day long mixed with the super strong coffee, maybe that'll solve it. I'm here to tell you, it actually worked.
Yeah.
So I got off coffee for 75 days, and I'll get into...
And for you, you're an avid coffee drinker. You drink coffee multiple times a day.
Yeah, I mean, there's people who are like, yeah, man, I'm a coffee snob. I'm like, you have no idea.
No.
Like, you don't... And it's good that you have no idea. I'm the a-hole, right? Like, I am...
I wasn't going to say it, but yeah.
I am...
Big one.
Big a-hole. Biggest a-hole. Definitely can't put either one of what you and I just said. So for those listening, I just cut out something that you cannot hear,
right?
Because it was just too bad, and I had to do it.
It's my fault.
Yeah, I started it.
Yeah, but you know that line you cross?
Yeah,
I jumped over it.
Yeah,
I catapulted over it, and
every time I cross a line, you're like, "Oh yeah." And then you jump over the line that I made.
I have my pogo stick ready.
Yeah,
for some reason.
Yeah, you're
go.
You're honestly pretty excellent at that. But the first like 5 days, right, were absolutely horrific. So the first day, I was just kind of a little tired, but whatever.
Yeah,
man, that second day, I had the biggest freaking headache you could imagine. And then the third day, I actually started getting sick.
Oh.
Like I had like mucus buildup and like a fever, like literally just from not drinking coffee.
Wow. Your body's reacting.
And then the fourth day was about the same. And the fifth day got a little bit better, but it was still bad. And then the sixth day, dude, I started feeling incredible. Like I had more energy than when I drink coffee.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question about that.
Did you feel in charge?
Yes, Bane. Hey, Cooley.
Huh?
Bane was just here again.
I keep missing that guy. Man. I went out for a pack of Smarties.
Yeah.
And that's
Smarties?
it. And I didn't even bring them with me. I left them downstairs.
Smarty him if you got him.
What?
That was quite a reach for Spaceballs. You know the Spaceballs. Take 5, smoke them if you got them.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was doing. Smarties if you got them.
Nice.
Whatever. I did feel in charge.
Yeah.
And you don't know what I'm talking about. Bane was here and he asked me if I felt in charge.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
And I do. Or I did.
I was not here.
But you know why I went back to do it?
Why?
Like I honestly felt so much better
Yeah.
off of coffee. And by day 75, there was no desire for energy or anything. I literally have more energy than when I was on coffee. But you know why I went back? The taste,
Okay.
the smell.
Yeah.
There's something about,
The smell I agree with because I'm not a coffee guy.
yeah. But you used to not drink it at all. Now you at least drink it with
Yeah.
cream and sugar or
Yeah.
whatever.
I drink it. Only milk and sugar.
Yeah.
That's all I drink.
I forgot about that episode.
But yeah. I don't
Just
drink it
drinking
straight up.
milk and sugar? That's what I said. Anyway. So,
gotcha. But the smell, oh my gosh,
yeah.
so good.
Yeah. And I just like waking up in the morning and doing that as my routine, smelling it and then drinking it, because the snob in me, like I buy, I have a subscription, but it's really fancy coffee. It's like $22, $23 a bag. And, I do the whole Kalita wave, pour over, blah, blah, blah. I have a kitchen scale where I measure. Well, first of all, I have to grind it at the right size.
Yeah.
Then I have to measure the ratio of coffee beans to water. And then you have to have the water temperature at the right temperature. And then you pour
Which chemistry book is this out of?
ask Cody Dahl, because he's the
that's
one
true.
who introduced me to being like this.
That guy's definitely a coffee scientist.
But here's the thing. You know how some people do things and you're like, okay, bro, you know good and well it ain't making no difference.
No.
This makes a difference. It's like I wouldn't do it if there was another way I could get the way it tastes.
Yeah.
But I do it. And now you don't have to think about it at all. It's just routine. It's a process. It's
Right.
not necessarily chemistry. But
Yeah.
anyway, I took 70 days off, and yeah, you're right. Those first 5 days,
Yeah.
you wouldn't want to have been around me.
Right.
And you obviously weren't, or you would have remembered.
Oh yeah.
Hands
For
down,
sure.
you would have remembered.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
anyway, how did you even get into coffee? Because I remember when I first met you, you
Yeah.
didn't drink coffee at all.
No, which is
Like,
surprising.
not even with cream and sugar.
No, which is surprising because my mom is like you. She's a coffee snob and she'll drink it straight up. Her dad was like that. And her side of the family, all like that. And so I smelled it a lot when I was around the house or when they were making it or whatever. So the smell was great. But then I tasted it one time when I was a kid and I was like, never again.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And it was straight up. But then I was like,
Never again.
but then like later on, much later on, like in my 30s, I discovered Coffee Mate. Is that what it is? Cream Mate or something?
Oh, yeah, the creamer.
Creamer, yeah.
I think it is Coffee Mate.
Yeah. My sister-in-law had it. But then she'd like put French vanilla in there, and then she'd put hazelnut in there and 1 cup of coffee. And then she put Ready Whip on the top of it. So that mug was a dessert.
Can I ask a question?
Huh?
Does your sister-in-law work at the North Pole?
You think she would?
Seems like a drink you would have. Like that's what the elves would drink.
Sure.
On their snack break.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine an elf snack break?
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
I guess we can imagine because Will Ferrell told us.
Yeah, that's true.
Candy corn, candy canes, and syrup.
Yeah. Does it have sugar in it? Then yes. So she'd put that in there, like all that stuff, and then give it to me, and I wouldn't even taste the coffee.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, this is good. I'm drinking coffee now. No, I'm not. I'm far from it.
No.
So,
But it is nice for me that you have a way to drink coffee. And you're not alone, man. I would say the majority of the world drinks coffee like you do.
Sure. And I don't need that much stuff in there
Yeah.
like I used to.
That's true.
know?
I made yours the other day and I didn't put that much. You liked it. Or at least you said you liked it, which now I'm realizing could have been a lie. And I tortured you, and you were sitting over there drinking it. It's fine. It's totally fine.
Here's the telltale. If it's still full or halfway full, then I didn't like it.
Okay.
At least I tried.
Yeah.
But if it's like close to empty or empty, I liked it.
Okay.
That's the tale.
Got it.
So, but I think I drank most of it, if not all of it.
I don't remember,
I'm pretty sure I did.
but
So
anyway, go ahead. Your sister-in-law works at the North Pole.
yeah, yeah. She works for SC, Sarah Carter, and I'm just kidding. She basically that was like my toe dipping into the deep end of the pool. You know? And then finally,
Man,
just diving in.
You dipped in the deep end.
The deep end full of Ready Whip.
Okay, yeah. I mean, usually people dip their toe in the shallow end.
Yeah.
But Nate's like,
And at the bottom, I was like, oh, here's a candy bar.
Yeah.
Sweet. That makes it better.
I just found Santa's sack.
There's the toy I didn't get
Yeah.
when I was 6. Sheesh.
So, you know what else, dude?
Thanks, Santa. Hope you have COVID.
This one is going to bring you back.
That's awful. I'm sorry.
Did you just...
That's awful. I'm so sorry. Santa, I'm just kidding.
I think Santa Claus did get COVID this year.
He probably did.
I mean...
You know what? No, he didn't. Because my nephew got a PS5.
There you go.
Lucky some.
But maybe I don't really know.
But maybe he worked.
You know what? He didn't get COVID because of Christmas spirit. That's what.
Well, that's true.
The only thing better than a vaccine is Christmas spirit.
That's true.
That's the reason Santa Claus did not get COVID-19. Christmas spirit is the only reason that Santa Claus and all the elves did not get COVID-19.
Yep.
Figured it out.
The clausometer went up.
Yep.
And he was like,
And if people would just have Christmas spirit, COVID-19 would be gone by now.
thank you. Thank you.
You know?
Did you hear that, Brad?
Yeah, Brad.
Talk about a guy who doesn't have Christmas spirit. I don't think he has a spirit anyway.
Yeah, Brad. Because you don't have Christmas spirit, COVID-19 is still here. And we have to wait on the vaccine.
I'm going to slap
Better not pout.
you. Better not cry. You better
Brad, you better not.
I'm telling you why. Brad,
Hit him up.
Santa Claus is coming to town. Brad!
But not for Brad.
Nope. Never. Brad! Brad! He's dead. Sorry.
Wow.
I just coughed like my grandpa.
Yes. You know what else reminds me of sweet goodness and, just Christmas time and all that other stuff?
What's that?
Is going to bring you back.
Huh.
Jenny's
Bring it back.
ice cream.
Bring it back.
Come on. which, by the way, I think you were telling me you just recently had Jenny's ice cream again.
I did. It was this past Sunday when it was 68 degrees outside at 10 o'clock at night.
Wow.
And there's a Jenny's near me in Alpharetta that's open until 11.
Yes. And this is not an ad.
No.
This is just holy crap.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I haven't had Jenny's in a long time.
Yeah.
Actually, I haven't had ice cream in a long time.
Wow.
So I was like, I'm going to go over there, splurge a little bit. It's the weekend.
Did you get the brown butter almond brittle? Yes, you
Absolutely.
did. My God.
And the milkiest chocolate.
Oh, my gosh.
Milkiest chocolate you've ever milked before in your life.
So you remember, we used to live, I know you remember this part. We used to live in Atlantic Station.
What? Yeah,
You don't remember? One of my favorite things that we used to do, like we would just be doing anything like random, like maybe we're on the patio smoking a cigar.
Yep.
Or maybe we're just out getting a hamburger or something.
Yeah.
And it was a game.
Holding hands through
Holding
the park.
hands, yes. Cuddling,
Right.
doing the etch-a-sketch.
Big spoon, by the way.
Yeah. Never.
They call me old tablespoon.
God. Anyway,
Oh, man.
so I remember it was a game where we would try to catch the other one off guard.
For sure.
And so we'd just be sitting there and I would say, dude. And he'd go like, what? I'm like, did you just say Jenny's? And it would make each other laugh because that was the way that we were saying, hey, do you want to go to Jenny's?
You're right. Exactly.
But it would be in the most random times.
Yeah.
We would just be at Piedmont Park and you might be like, yo. And I'd be like, what's going on? He's like, did you just say Jenny's? And I'm like, I did. I totally said Jenny's. And then we would go to Jenny's. Do you remember this?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I do.
Those were good times.
Because instead of asking, it's just like, no, it was your idea.
Yeah.
So I'm going to blame it on you.
That's a good point. It was almost like it was a way. It was
Like, you said it.
It was the guilt-free way to go to get ice cream.
Right.
Yeah. Those were good times living down there.
Absolutely, man.
I mean, I honestly, I really did enjoy the time that we lived down there.
Pretty much walked everywhere. Walked to Publix. Target was literally behind.
You used to go to the movie theater all the time.
Yep. During the day. It's kind of like COVID back then because I'd go during the day and everybody be at work and I'd watch an old movie because they re-released Jurassic Park and I went over there. I was in the theater by myself and the green screen that comes on this preview is meant for everybody in the theater or whatever. So when it would come on, I would shush. I'd be like, shh. And there's nobody in the theater except for me. Shh. Brad. He's always talking back there. So, but I was like, I have the freedom to do this, and nobody's going to shush me back.
Right.
Because I'm the only one in the theater. It was so dumb, but it was so funny too.
You know what I just thought of?
Huh?
Me and my wife. I almost said my current wife, like I was married, like I was married before.
You got plans or something?
She is my current wife. She's also my first, and hopefully my last,
and everything.
Yes.
Barry White. My first, my last, my everything.
Come on now.
And the answer to all my dreams. Oh, yeah.
That's pretty great.
It's a great song.
Now I'm going to always picture you as Barry White. I don't know why. It's just going to be.
Well, let me tell you something, baby.
Anyway,
that sounded more like Elvis.
my wife, on our second date, we went to Jenny's. Well, we went to Pasta di Polchinella, Italian food.
Sounds posh.
It was really good. Then we went to Jenny's ice cream, and I broke up with her.
Sweet, that sounds posh too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
On our second date, I broke up with her, and she loves to tell this story.
Oh my posh. I bet.
Because she just couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
That I had broken up with her in person. And I'm like, well, what did you expect? And she's like, well, I don't know. But it kind of sucked that you broke up with me on our second date. But hey, everything worked out. Married, happy, everything's great.
That's true.
But
You are.
Jenny's almost ruined it.
Wow. That's Jenny's.
That's Jenny's.
Wait, no, it's Jared. Never mind.
Mine wasn't. Mine was new. This episode is brought to you by Cannon Plumbing.
Yes.
What you think about Cannon Plumbing?
I think they're the best.
They are the best.
Yeah.
I think
It's proven that they're the best, actually.
if it wasn't for Cannon Plumbing, I would have had a terrible 2020.
Yeah.
And that would have sucked because 2020 was such a great year.
Right?
But
Everybody says
I almost
that.
had a really bad year.
Yeah.
And Cannon Plumbing just came in and said, let me fix that for you.
You almost had a water park in your house,
Yes.
basically.
I know I've told this story, but I want to tell it again that literally my water bill was like $900. And it turned out I had a leak in my front yard.
Jeez.
Clint told me everything to do. He advised me and he sent his guys out and they had to dig a hole like through my yard and run a completely new water line. And
Yeah.
this happens to people all the time. But what makes him different is that he helped me. He educated me. I felt like I was in control.
Mm-hmm.
And he's such a great guy, funny guy, knowledgeable guy.
Yeah.
And 2020 almost was a bad year. Can you believe that?
Almost.
And Clint, he saved it.
Yep.
He said, I hear you, and I'm going to save the day.
Almost a bad year.
Yeah.
For you.
Anyway, find out more about Cannon Plumbing.
Yes.
You can check them out at cannonplumbingllc.com.
Yep.
So, dude, you know how last episode we were talking about my dad stole my CD?
Your Matchbox 20 CD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had a friend, Matt Rodriguez,
Okay.
which we talked about on that very same episode.
Yeah.
He listened to the episode and he texted me the story that I totally forgot. So not only did my dad steal my CD, there was one time where my dad, for like a month, he just kept getting on to me because, look, we lived in Waycross.
Yeah.
Crime rate is pretty low.
Right.
Well, actually, I think with meth, it's pretty high.
Oh.
But like, you know, you can leave your house unlocked.
Right. Yeah.
Literally, and it's very likely no one's going to do anything.
Burglary not so high. Meth.
Meth through the charts.
Yeah. Got it.
So, and that's an actual fact, by the way.
Oh, I imagine it was such a myth.
Yeah, it's such a meth. It's one of the biggest meth. I tried to put an S, meths I've ever seen. Do not ever meth.
Who's gonna clean this meth?
Yeah. Dude, don't meth with Waycross.
Yeah. Apparently Mike Tyson lives down there.
So
I didn't know that.
one of the common things that people still do now is they leave their car unlocked.
Oh.
Well, not only did I leave my car unlocked, I would leave my keys in the ignition. Because, dude, it honestly just didn't matter. No
Right.
one's stealing your car in Waycross.
Right.
But my dad, he was going to teach me a lesson.
Oh.
And so he had told me for like a month, son, stop leaving your keys in your truck. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, Dad, whatever, you know, blah, blah. And so one day I was at school and I went to leave school and get in my vehicle and it wasn't there. And I freaked out and I thought that my car was stolen. When all he did was like, he just moved the truck to the other side of the parking lot. And it did teach me a lesson.
Yeah.
He was pretty good at that. He also, like, I used to work with him in high school. He was a carpenter,
Okay.
and he told me, son, don't you be late. Like when you have to be at work, do not be late.
Yeah.
10 minutes early is on time. But blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, yeah, Dad, whatever. So one day he came to me and he said, all right, we're driving to work separately now. I was like, why, Dad? That doesn't make any sense. He's like, I'm going to teach you how to get to work on time. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll see you there. So I went to work. Well, I got there at 7:01, and we're supposed to be there at 7. And he walks out and he fires me. Wow. On the spot. And he said, "Son, you're fired. Get your stuff and go." And he legit fired me. Now, 2 weeks later, he gave me the job back.
Right.
But he was like,
Sheesh.
he's like, "Son, in real life, you'll never get that job back.
Right.
You need to be there early."
Yeah.
And dude, I freaking learned my lesson.
Yeah.
Like with all the jobs I've ever had, I've like been super early, but like my dad legitimately fired me
Wow.
for being late, you know? And I got to give my dad credit for stuff like that. He was such a good, he is the reason for the stability in my life and my personality and all of
Sure.
that. He was really good at that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
well, he knew what he was doing for sure.
yes.
He's like, "Oh, this don't learn him.
This don't learn it.
Nothing will."
Well, it's coming from the guy who would also throw a Dixie cup of water in my face when I wouldn't get up for school. Like my mom, she'd come in and she would re-sing, the Beatles, "Happy Birthday."
Oh yeah.
Today's your birthday. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Well,
Yeah.
she would change it to the days of the week.
Oh.
And it was so annoying. Mom, if you're listening, good gosh, I love you. I love you so much.
So your mom was a morning person.
Oh, yeah. And I am too now.
Yeah.
Super morning person.
My mom is too.
But back when I was a teenager, I was not. And so she would come in and she'd knock on the door and she just, "Today is Friday. Ba, 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 ba. It's going to be a good day." and then she'd say, "Get up, son." And then I would be like, "Oh my God, I'm going to kill myself." And then she'd come back in and she'd say, "Come on, get up," blah, blah,
Right.
blah. And then finally, a couple times, she just said, she told my dad, "You need to go get Jeremy up."
Right.
Well, he never gave you a warning. So he never was like, "Hey, son, get up."
Yeah.
He just comes in there and he just throws water in my face.
Right.
And then he says, "Get the hell out of bed, son." And I did.
Yeah.
And again,
dude,
he I'm telling you,
water's the worst thing, bro.
the way that he brought me up is literally the reason I'm the man I am today.
Yeah.
Honestly, he just was like, he was a man of his word.
Yeah.
And like, if he said he was going to do something,
Yeah.
you literally can take it to the bank.
Yeah.
If he says, "I'm going to ground you for a week," it's not 6 days.
Right.
You are going to be grounded for a week.
Yep.
And so, I don't know, a lot of the way that my parents raised me, I'm forever grateful. I hated it,
Sure.
but now as an adult, I'm like so thankful for it.
Yeah.
You feel that way about your parents sometimes?
Oh yeah.
Like,
for sure.
you hated it during it, but
Yeah. I mean, it was always like the lessons that you didn't want to go through, but on this side of it now, you're just like, well, yeah, I totally get it now,
Right.
for sure. But at the time, you're a teenager, you think you know everything, and you just don't want to listen.
you didn't know everything as a teenager?
Oh, I knew everything. At least I thought I did.
Yeah.
And but my mom was the same way. She was very much a morning person, but she wouldn't. She would like be obnoxious, but not like that. She would bust the door open and just be like, "How's my baby?"
Oh, gosh.
And you talk about a rude awakening. That just jarred me forever. Because I'd be sound asleep and just be like, "Oh God, ah!" And but she'd be doing like, she'd just do it so loud.
Yeah.
And then but then my dad was the opposite.
So, go ahead. No.
My dad is not a morning person.
Well, this is what I was about to ask you.
Huh.
I think I know the answer, but are you a morning person?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I have to say I knew that because I lived with you.
It depends. If I have something going on in the morning, then I'll be up for it, for sure. But if not,
But see, I think the
butt is staying
definition
in bed.
I think the definition is more like, once you're up, how are you?
Right.
And that's what I can't really figure out about you.
Yeah.
It's like I know you may struggle to like get up or whatever, but like once you're up and showered and out the door,
Yeah.
are you dragging still?
No, not a ton. Like if I get a shower, that changes everything for me.
There's some people that, and sorry, Jonathan Neese, you're this guy. He's the worst morning person I think I've ever met.
Oh, really?
I mean, but he admits this. Like,
Yeah.
He's completely different in the morning.
Yeah.
Like he'll wake up and you'll be like, hey man, how's it going? It's like, yeah, what's going on, man? And you know him. He's
usually the bubbly one.
those super bubbly, but dude, not in the morning. Not in the morning.
Yeah. I haven't been around
And my
in
wife-
the morning too much.
My wife is not a morning person.
Oh, really?
She loves getting up early, but it's so funny because we'll wake up and I am such a morning person.
Yeah.
And I wake up and I just feel like, man, tell you what, I think I really do know what's going on in 2020. It's because of this and this. And I'll just like break apart all these abstract ideas and she'll just go, yo. It's too early for you to change the world.
Slow your roll.
Yeah. And so we actually have these rules where I can't talk deep at night,
Right.
like right before we're going to bed, and I can't talk deep right when we wake up.
Okay.
Because she's just like, I want to kill you.
Oh, wow.
And, but for me, those are the times that I'm like, my brain for some reason is the most vibrant, is first thing in the morning and like right before bed.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I just have so many ideas and like, I turn into a philosopher
Yeah.
and she ain't having it.
Right.
So I'm like, fine, I'll get on YouTube and watch a bunch of, Jordan Peterson videos or something, like,
Right.
but it is kind of funny because I am certainly a morning person,
Yeah.
and I married not that.
Yeah. I wasn't either. I'm still overall, I'm still not a morning person. But in school, definitely not.
Yeah.
And my dad wasn't either, which didn't help because he would come in my room and I have like a Braves chair, a fold out chair, you know, and he would sit in that and he'd be like, Nathan, get up. And fall asleep. My mom would like be walking around and she'd walk in the door and both of us be asleep. He'd be in the chair just conked out. Just Nathan, get up.
That's awesome. Did you have a gig this weekend?
Saturday in the fabulous Destin, Florida.
Oh,
I don't know if you've ever been there.
I've been to Destin so many times
Yeah.
because I used to live in Tallahassee
Oh, yeah, that's right.
and we would always drive to Destin. What?
Speaking of that, when I was down there, there was some Florida Gator fans in the at the gig,
Oh, yeah.
and they called Tallahassee Tallanasty. Like I'd never heard that before. I was like, wow, okay.
Well,
There's the rivalry.
Speaking of Matt Rodriguez, he's a Florida fan,
Oh, is he?
and I love him to death. But I freaking hate the Florida Gators.
Yeah, you do.
I hate them.
Being a Bulldog, you have to.
I don't really care about Georgia Tech. They don't really bother me.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Don't really care that much about Auburn.
Yeah.
I mean, when we're playing them, and I hated Gus Malzahn, but he's gone anyway.
Right.
But Florida,
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
Yeah.
can't stand it. And I'm sure they feel the same way about me.
Oh, yeah.
So.
They have to. It's the
But
love-hate relationship.
I think it's one of those things like it's not such a thing to talk about a gig normally because that's just your job. It's like you telling me like, did you go to work today?
Right.
Yes, Nathan.
Yeah.
I went to work again. That's what I do. But
Yeah.
due to COVID, it is kind of weird when you have a gig now.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I'm asking.
Especially the one that we had, because it was outdoors and it was like in the center of this like little places, like had a whole bunch of like eateries and places to go shopping and surf shops and different kinds of things like that.
Yeah.
Plus, it was on a harbor, so we were just on this island, away from everything. So, but there's a ton of people there. It felt like Myrtle Beach in the summer. Okay. It really did. It's just like people everywhere, So the gig was actually kind of cool because people would pass by, but then most of them would stop and just listen to a couple songs. So, which was pretty cool. So I haven't played that in front of that many people in a long time.
Yeah.
So it's been a little while.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh, people,
yeah,
here they are, And everybody's outside having a good time. So.
One of the things that people that may not understand if they don't do it, there's kind of two sides of being a musician. There's the studio side.
Yeah.
And there's the live performance side. Mm-hmm. And I don't think they mix it all. Mm-hmm. Like,
no.
I love them both.
Right.
But they're two completely different things.
Sure.
Like, and the reason I bring this up is you probably forgot how good it feels to play in front of an audience.
Oh, yeah.
It's completely different.
Yep.
Even though you love writing and recording and all that, like the sort of fundamentals of music and the creative world, there's something about playing live that is just, it's literal magic.
Oh, dude, yeah.
It's absolute magic. It doesn't matter if you're in someone's house or if you're at a venue or a church or a coffee shop or an amphitheater. It just doesn't, there's nothing like it.
No.
And I honestly, my heart has literally hurt for all the musicians that couldn't play live.
Yeah.
Because it's one of the greatest experiences in your life.
It's a good feeling.
So,
for sure.
I'm very glad that you got to do that.
Yeah, me too.
And this was, I think you said this was it was supposed to happen on New Year's?
On New Year's, yeah. So
Happy New Year's, it's March.
Yeah. But they had fireworks that night, and it was for a company, but outside people were obviously invited because it was outside.
Yeah.
There's no way you could tell who was who, and nobody's trying to stop you. It's outside,
Which football quarterback did you meet this gig?
I met Bart Starr, and I'm just kidding.
Bart Starr. That was quite a pull. I got to give you that one.
No quarterbacks this time. But no, it was, man, the thrill of it was just
super cool. Man.
It's kind of like, all right, here we are again. This is kind of looking more normal.
There you go. It's exciting, honestly, to think that, like, dude, May 31st, every American can have access to the vaccine. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I know. Now, which ones, though, did he say?
I think it is a vaccine.
A vaccine, okay.
Which still...
Probably Pfizer, since they're the first one that came out.
Well, I don't know, man. There's several. They got the Johnson and Johnson one out,
right? And
Moderna,
Merlot.
Yeah.
Oh, Moderna. And, that's wine. Yeah. Sorry,
but I think Pfizer is the one that's the most successful or whatever. But I mean,
right?
I don't know, man. I just kind of like, yes, like I just read that today, and I was like,
yeah.
I just honestly can't imagine.
And like stuff's already going down.
Yeah.
Like all the new cases anyway, just plummeting.
You know why? It's that Christmas spirit.
Christmas spirit's going like this.
You better
COVID.
not pout. You better not cry. You better not pout. What did I say first?
Pout.
What's the first line?
I think it's you better watch out.
Yeah. better watch out. You
better not cry.
You better not pout. I'm telling you why. COVID-19's going away. Christmas spirit.
Yes. Hopefully by May 31st, we'll be saying no vid.
No vid.
Huh?
I actually like that.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus. That was...
Trying to play footsie with me, bruh?
No, I grabbed your foot out of pure help. Like a mom putting her arm
right
against
with no
your mom do
seatbelt.
that. She hit the brake. I'm like, gosh, Mom.
We used to stand up in the back seats because, nobody cared about children back then. So it's like, so we were in the back seat of like a 75 Buick Apollo just jumping around.
Dude, I was driving
sleeping in the daggum.
Oh, yeah.
Where the speakers were. I don't know why.
Dude, I was like driving my dad's truck when I was like 8 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Now, granted, that was like out at the hunting club. And
true.
Listen to me talking all Atlanta. I said hunting club.
Yeah, you did.
It's more like hunting club. That's hunting. What it is. Hey, listen here, boy. We can go down there to daggum hunting club. We gonna bag us a biggin', son. But anyway, I know I was driving when I was like 8 years old.
Oh yeah.
I tell Sarah Carter that, and she's just like, "Oh my God, like how did you make it to be an adult?" I'm like, I actually don't know.
Right.
Like the stuff I did as a boy.
Yeah.
It's like I do not understand how.
So small towns, man, you can do it. You can get away with it.
We'd jump 4-wheelers over 6-foot high trash piles.
Oh yeah.
Like how did I not break my neck?
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to end with this.
Okay.
You ready? Last night, this is super random, but last night, me and Sarah Carter, we were watching Jeopardy, like we tend to do.
Yes.
And I thought about you because one of the categories in Jeopardy was chicken nuggets. And as soon as it came on, I looked at Sarah Carter, I was like, that's your category. And she ran the category. She got every one of them in that category.
Oh, really?
But it was so funny to me because there's this guy, super distinguished, sophisticated guy. He's like a returning champion in like 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
Super smart, super serious, super distinguished guy. Sometimes humor will break down those walls of you being sophisticated and distinguished. So he's in his blazer and he's just like super.
Which happens on Jeopardy quite a bit.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
But he's in his blazer and he's being very serious and it's time to select the category. But then you have to say chicken nuggets. And so he's like, all right, so I guess I'll go with chicken nuggets for $400. And I was like, first I looked at Sarah Carr, I said, $400 for chicken nuggets? That's insane. But then I paused it and I'm like, see, that's the beauty of life.
Yeah.
Is when the name of the category is chicken nuggets, you can't be serious.
Nope.
You can't, that's not a serious thing.
Nope. And speaking of nuggets, growing up, never called it nuggets.
What'd you call it?
McNuggets.
For everything.
Chicken McNuggets. For everything.
Like Coke.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Because I was like, that's where I got it from. It's a McNugget.
You know what that reminds me?
Huh.
I call English muffins McMuffins.
McMuffins? See? It's McDonald's. McDonald's got us. God.
Anyway,
But yeah.
That's crazy though.
Grew up saying McNuggets.
McNuggets. Let me get some McNuggets from Burger King.
Exactly. Sir, we don't have those here. They're just nuggets.
So I got another story from Burger King.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Welcome to the kingdom.
Every episode, I have a story for Burger King. Well, hey, man. Episode X.
X is done. It's
10.
good working with you, bro.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I think it's been a good ride. I can't wait for us to say we've done 110.
Which is only 100 away.
Yeah. God, you're smart.
Mathematician. I was valedictorian in my homeschool.
Wow. Why have I never heard that? Did you make that
made it up? Yeah.
Oh, God. So, dude, that's it.
We out of here?
We're out of here.
We are putting X marks the spot on episode X.
Yes.
10.
So that's it, man.
Sweet.
You had to like take it in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you guys listen, if you have ideas or questions, you can email ideas at or questions at twerkethicpodcast.com.
.com.
Yeah. We'd love to hear from you. Anything at all.
Yeah.
Not anything at all.
Yeah. We won't say anything about it,
Yeah.
but we will laugh about it behind closed doors.
Yes. And
And our mics off.
then when you go down to the warehouse, everyone's going to have it blown up what you sent to the email.
Right. Exactly. Packaging.
Oh, no. And if you're wondering how to support us and what could help us keep going, Patreon.
Yes.
If you go to our website, the Patreon link is there, or you can type in patreon.com/twerkethicpodcast. It's only $5.
As little as $5.
Yeah,
That's cheaper than a Happy Meal.
that is. It's,
And back in my day, Happy Meals were cheaper,
yeah.
but not anymore.
But Patreon wasn't cheaper back in that day.
Nope. Patreon did not exist
Yeah.
back in that day.
And if it did, it would have been very expensive.
It would have.
'Cause
Yep.
you would have to invent the internet and invent a computer.
Yep.
And that cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
So,
And your phone bill would be skyrocketed because we were on dial up.
right. All right, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Have a good week in the Lord.
In his gentle grip, JT and Cooley.
Wow. Yes.